Welcome to FuzzJock Radio.
Like I said, I just want to do whatever it takes to win. It never was about stats, it's always about winning. I hope that the fans and everyone see that. I'm willing to sacrifice whatever it takes to win.
Oh man, I just want to give all the credit to Nikhil. He played very, very well tonight, and he was the MVP tonight.
Here. We're live, we're in action, we're communicating, we're looking around. Yeah, that's our slogan. Oh yeah. Communicating and looking around. Looking around, JMez? You looking around, Sea.Dubbz? Are you communicating, JMez? You communicating, Sea.Dubbz?
Communicating with my eyes and my mouth.
And your mouth and your eyes. We are FuzzJock Radio. I am one of your hests, and I want to get right down to it right away, guys.
Whoa.
Well, we should probably introduce the other hests here. One is JMez.
Hey, I'm JMez.
And one is Sea.Dubbz.
I'm Sea.Dubbz.
Hey.
And the other one is Fuzzy, which is me. And all together, we are FuzzJock Radio.
We are.
And we're hests.
I love it.
And I want to get right to it, right? I want to get to it.
Something weighing on you?
Yeah, the hest thing.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so maybe we should have discussed this before the shows because I don't know exactly how you guys are feeling about this. Maybe we should have got on the same page about it before we got into it, but I'm going to get into it anyway.
Yeah.
And that getting into it is the spelling of hest. Because
it's controversial.
Because we were told recently by a fuzzjocker that if it's spelt HEST, that means that we're horses
In
right?
Norwegian.
And also I looked it up. It's also an English word too.
Oh, yeah? For horse?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
And so we would be calling each other horses instead of, what a hest really is us being hosts and also guests at the same time.
And ghosts.
And with that definition, one of the YouTube commentators brought up the fact that the spelling is actually HUEST, host and guest put together. And I looked that word up in the dictionary as well, right? And guess what? It's a word that we created.
Ooh.
So
we are a dictionary podcast, just like we said we would become.
Well, we did get one email from a fuzzjocker that listened and then responded by sending us an email. And if you want to send us an email and you want us to have a discussion about something else other than being like a dictionary podcast, you can send that email to FuzzJockRadio@gmail.com. Okay, so without further ado, what is an ado?
With every ado.
We're not a dictionary podcast, so I don't really know what an ado is.
It's French for see ya.
Right. We're gonna start off with. We all know what that sound means, or what this jingle is. It's time for the
Fuzz Question of the Week.
So the fuzz question of the week this week is, guys, and this is something that later on in the podcast we normally do, but I thought I should bring the fuzz question of the week to the beginning of the podcast, so if some people have lost, interest in the podcast prior, and turn it off, they don't get to enjoy the fuzz question of the week. Because it's usually later in the episode, right? Does that make sense? So we're bringing it to the beginning of the episode so you know what you're missing out. So maybe you'll listen further into the episode.
Maybe you will.
Maybe. Well, now that I'm doing it now, maybe they won't even want to listen.
Oh, you just wait.
Now they'll be really happy they don't have to. They're like, oh, finally, I can just listen to the first half.
So the fuzz question of the week is, and all this is just, is it spelled HEST? Or HUEST? Or something different? Sea.Dubbz.
I'm going to go with HUEST.
And JMez?
HEST.
Whoa. And Fuzzy? I don't know.
Fuzz question of the
Fuzz
week.
question of the week. So we'll discuss it in the future. We won't extrapolate because that's the Fuzz question of the week. I just ask the question and then we don't.
I think we just made the decision. It's both.
Oh,
It's both. Both are acceptable because we both said
okay. And you can
each option.
I mean, I don't know the rules of dictionaries since I'm not a dictionary podcast, but like some words do have different spellings. Am I correct? Okay.
Like color.
Yeah, speaking as a dictionary
yeah,
podcast myself.
Like color. Speaking as a dictionary podcast yourself.
Yeah. There's lots of spellings for stuff.
Yeah, like color. Mm-hmm. And Sea.Dubbz can't see color. Oh, I'm sorry.
Color. Yeah, thanks for calling me out.
Fucking HIPAA. Totally forgot about it. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna bring it down on you.
Moving on.
How was our weeks?
Okay, so let me
Yes, I'm remembering my weeks.
remember our weeks. Are you remembering your week?
That
Did you
helps.
remember?
Yeah.
So, JMez, what happened in your week?
Well, I got I caught a cold at the end of last week, so I've been just resting and hydrating a lot. I've been binging this long form podcast.
Oh, is it called FuzzJock Radio?
No, it's I forget the name
This
of
guy.
it actually, but it's just like focusing on this JRPG from PlayStation 1 era,
Oh, cool.
90s that I, am fond of.
That sounds fun.
That has like
He
this,
says it's a long form podcast. Does that mean they just read each piece of code like line by line for the whole game?
Yeah, what does a long form podcast entail?
well, they're just like focusing on this one game, but like this role playing game that takes like 60 to 80 hours of story and
Oh wow.
trying to be really ambitious with a lot of complex influences from psychiatry or ancient theologies and Gnosticism and different mysticism and just this really ambitious, trying to be deep, complex story. So it takes them a long time to try to parse out all these influences and references and symbolism going on in this Japanese role-playing game from the 90s.
I like that.
That sounds really interesting.
I like the concept of that in general. Like I'd like to hear a lot of things done that way.
Yeah, I like that a lot as well.
You ever do that? You could play that game. You just go find that game, and then you like know everything about psychology all of a sudden
Yeah.
after like playing a PlayStation game for 80 hours. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever do that?
Yeah. I mean, no.
No. What do you do then?
I asked Sea.Dubbz what happened during their week. How was
Yeah.
your week, Sea.Dubbz?
I made the Dodgers station operate properly, and then
Okay.
I had a weekend where I relaxed and watched playoffs. And then, wow, that's today. I really didn't. I just worked and
So you-
relaxed.
yeah,
That's all I
that's-
did all week.
You're a working fellow.
Yeah, there was a lot of playoffs though. I mean, I
There's
watched.
so much playoffs.
I've
There's
been
a
watching
lot
so
of
much
playoffs.
playoffs.
There's a lot to
It's-
talk
it's-
about.
I feel like I
Yeah.
might have gotten over playoffed last week and like out sportsed. So like
You think
this
so?
week, yeah, the amount of sports I had watched going into last week's episode was a lot higher than and being sick, that happens, but yeah.
With baseball on top of that, that's not in the playoffs. There's a lot of baseball to watch too. I mean, that's something that we don't get to deal with a whole lot as Minnesota, sports fans. That multiple teams are in the playoffs at the same time,
Right.
right? This is kind of
With
new.
the Twins having success as well. Like all of our teams are doing
Yeah.
good at the moment.
It's like how this last winter went in Minnesota with this. We had records of the most snow, right? So like maybe that's an
We're the
indicator
best.
that we're going to be really good in our sports this upcoming year. It's going to be really interesting.
Fuzz, how was your week?
I was just going to move on to the next topics, but if you want to hear what I had to say, or what I did this last week,
Is it cool?
I did some stuff. I fed my fish, pet my cat. I almost planted plants into the garden, and I didn't because it snowed again.
Because you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I thought of something. I did in my
man.
week that is actually interesting. I'd like to talk about.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Sorry, I don't mean to jump in your week.
No worry.
This last week was my cat that had passed away's birthday. It would have been her 18th birthday.
Oh, morning glory.
Morning glory. And so I went and we buried her in our backyard, and I love to spend time with her and still, think of the good times with her.
Yeah.
So we went down to listen to some music with her, and the flowers we'd planted on top of her grave bloomed for the first time ever on her birthday.
Oh, wow.
And I just thought that was really special. Like, that was cool. That meant a lot to me. So
Yeah, that
was a
was
good thing in my week.
that is really special.
Yeah. That was
I like that. I like
All
that
right.
a lot. Should we move on to
Do it.
FuzzJock Radio.
The NBA theme, here's an idea, it goes like this.
FuzzJock Radio.
So I had mentioned that the Minnesota sports teams don't get to play in the playoffs a lot together because we have a lot of hard times, and a lot of those hard times are with the Timberwolves.
That's so much hard times with the Timberwolves.
I mean, the Wild have been in the playoffs multiple times, but this is like the first time the Timberwolves have been in the playoffs since like 2000.
Was that
Well, we were
series
in-
with the Grizzlies? Was that just play-ins then?
We were
Last-
in
last year?
That
Last
was
year we were
playoffs.
in
Was
two,
that-
but
Was that play? That was play-ins, I think.
no, we
No, that
played
was
a
a
playoff
series,
game
so
with
that was
them. We won
playoffs.
one game,
Okay.
just like this one.
Okay. Well, not
It's-
just like this one yet
yeah.
because it's not over yet. We thought
Yep,
it would
no,
be
no.
over.
That's right.
Last night, the Wolves were down 3-0,
Mm-hmm.
and last night they won. So they weren't eliminated because it's a 7-game series. Is that right?
Yes.
So if they would have lost, they would have been out of the series, out of the playoffs. But they won,
Season
so
over.
they're still
We
in it.
canceled.
It was at the home court, and next game is that away.
Yes.
Yes,
Now we
in
go back
Denver.
to Denver.
So we can all now go back to their home court, which is maybe what they tried to do on purpose, so they can just win the series at home. Who knows?
That'd be good.
But yeah,
But they did prevent themselves from getting swept, which has never happened in the Wolves' history. They've never been, as much as they haven't been in the playoffs that often, they've never been swept, at least.
Really?
So that was good that they prevented that, because that would have been the first time ever. So.
Oh yeah, that's good. That is good. Did all the games happen during our week off? Have any of the games happened?
I think all of them started Tuesday,
Okay,
or since Tuesday.
so the first 3 games they lost handedly, almost pretty handedly, and a lot of it had to do with like Ant not looking like he was really into the games. He wasn't shooting well. Oh man.
Maybe a little tired.
A little tired, probably. I think part of it is that he's still not really used to playoff mentality. And this team itself, I don't think is really used to being in playoff mentality. Because, like Sea.Dubbz, you had mentioned during the week how impressed you were by how when the playoffs come around, teams like really ramp up their energy and their focus. Right? Go ahead.
It's almost like watching it's almost like watching a different sport in some senses because of how different it is from like regular season, in that the ability to score, how they're scoring, the defense, how it's all played is much different than how it was played just a few weeks ago. it's almost like they're different leagues. Like this is a higher level league, that's a lower level league, but it's really just the postseason pressure. And also it helps that they're all the good teams, but
so
it's like,
and good teams playing against other good teams. And what I'm trying to get to is that the first 3 games, I don't even know if I saw it in the 4th game, but for sure the first 3 games, I didn't see that out of the Wolves.
Yeah.
In the 4th game that they ended up winning, that didn't seem like the other team was in that mode either. As in, they just like the Nuggets just kind of turned it off a little bit. Their postseason play off, so maybe they could rest up a little bit. I don't know mentality of playoffs, but
what you're saying is exactly what the TNT crew said about the game. They were really ripping on the game, and they were like, the Denver Nuggets look like they're trying to lose. The Wolves look like they don't want to win. It's just not that I agree fully with that, but that is, other people noticed that like the playoff mentality wasn't necessarily there.
Well, that gets us right into the other topics of why do the TNT hate the Wolves so much? It seems like they do, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem like they talk shit about the Wolves even being in the playoffs?
Oh, always. They don't believe in us at all.
I mean, those first few games were just kind of hard to watch, even as a Wolves fan. Like,
I mean,
because of that,
the Nuggets are the number 1 team, right? Like they're ranked number 1, so we're ranked one of the lowest,
8th,
and out of 9,
out of 8. Because
we're at 8 out of 8. Okay, I don't know. I thought maybe there was one other team. We're 8 out of 8, right? So we're the worst team playing the best team. Well, that's how it works, right? The brackets, I suppose. 1 and 8
brackies.
They just don't have that. They don't have that postseason mentality. It doesn't feel like. And I don't know if it's because of the coach, if it's because of the team together doesn't have, because I know that like some of the guys have played multiple playoffs before. I think Gobert has.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I started to see it at the end of the 3rd game, and I saw flashes of it in the 4th game, but I have not seen them keep that up.
Yeah.
Because then when you saw it in the 4th game, you're like, here we go, 12-point lead. 2 minutes left to go. Next thing you know, it's tied game because the Wolves weren't they were just trying to shoot threes instead of scoring inside the paint like they'd done all game. It's like they lost what they had just minutes before.
It's just wild. If they are able to find that postseason magic or that postseason oomph or whatever you want to call it, like I want to call it the postseason oomph.
The clutch.
The clutch, right?
Playing clutch.
If they find it and they do a reverse sweep, I heard that's where they end up winning this series. That's never been done before.
Be a first.
It would be the first in like not just the Timberwolves,
NBA?
Not just in the Timberwolves, but in the
reverse
NBA.
Sweep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So maybe this Wolves team, maybe they can show everybody else wrong. Let's hope so.
You know what I think?
Hope so.
I think like they can do it. They have good quarters, and like sometimes some certain combinations of players that really gel a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes not as much, but and they'll go cold and not have those clutch quarters to keep their leads. And I would say that they are sometimes looking around too much or not enough. But they're never doing the right amount of looking around.
And sometimes they're communicating, but not enough.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You got to combine that.
Mostly on the looking around. Like sometimes they don't look around enough, but they also look around too much sometimes.
And sometimes they're communicating a lot, but then not enough communicating happens too.
Yeah,
right?
and they got to find the in between amount
where they're looking around and
communicating.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You know who looks around and communicates quite often is the Lynx of the WNBA. And they did a lot of the communicating and looking around just recently because the WNBA draft just happened, and they just picked up a couple players.
They did. I'm trying to pull up who they were.
Oh, I didn't talk long enough.
Tell me.
And then the Lynx.
The Lynx.
One of the players has
All the other WNBA teams also
had a draft.
Yeah,
They
right.
do the draft at the same day.
It wasn't just it wasn't
okay.
just the Lynx drafting.
Yeah,
Yep.
so all
right.
of them.
So
did a
breaking
draft.
news. Go.
With the second pick in the 2023 WNBA draft, the Minnesota Lynx took Diamond Miller, guard from Maryland.
Nice.
And I see here that she's been like, analysts have said this is a very good pick, graded an A. She's one of the best options there was in the draft, and she's also expected to pair really well with Nafessa Collier. So that's good. That's what we want.
Yep.
And then we also later in the draft were able to get another player, Maya Hirsch, looks like center from France. And we do need a center because Sylvia Fowles retired.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, people don't expect her to come over right away, not just because she is in France, but she's also only 19 years old.
Oh,
so
wow.
I think it'll be a year or so before she actually comes over and plays for the Lynx. But they wanted to grab her before anyone else could.
19 years old is so...
Yep.
I was going to say something. I was going to age myself. I was going to say I was like 41 years old over here, and that 19 is really young. But I'm not going to say that.
The WNBA did a draft, all of them.
And yeah, we got a couple new players.
That'll be exciting.
One that won't play for a little bit, but she's kind of like Ricky Rubio, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We drafted him before he
Yeah.
could come right away.
Yeah.
We did that with Krill as well for the Wild.
Yeah, for the Timberwolves. That's something that the Minnesota likes to do, huh?
Yep, I guess so.
Okay, so what's next, guys?
The next sport.
Next sport. What? Oh,
need that roulette noise.
Yeah, we need that roulette noise.
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
You know what? It was fun again in Minnesota today because they won.
Yes, finally.
The Timberwolves. I mean, the Minnesota
The
Twins.
Timberwolves.
The Minnesota Twins won today against the New York Yankees,
Yes, we did.
which is always good. My friend Dylan was at the game, and
Did he?
he
Oh,
said
nice.
that. Yeah, he said that they were booing the judge out in.
Oh, that's
Well,
bad
outfield.
sportsmanship.
That is bad
Poor
sportsmanship.
sportsmanship.
I wouldn't boo Judge. There's plenty of Yankees to boo. I wouldn't boo him.
Well, that's what he said.
Okay.
That's all right.
Sorry, I outed him. I think it was just in good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But
so the Twins, but they also lost the series to the Nats, right?
Yes, we had a three-game.
Go ahead.
We had a 3-game home series against the Washington Senators. No, Nationals.
Nationals.
We're the Washington
We are
Senators.
the Senators.
So, and I forgot how that first game ended, but it wasn't fun, and it was just cold. So, yeah,
Yeah, it was cold.
I don't remember a lot, but it was bad. It was not fun. We lost to one of the worst teams in the league.
We don't need to talk about it. It sounds negative. We don't
And
need
we
to
went
talk
to a
about negative
second
things.
game, and it was like, it's okay, gang. We'll just take the series. And we lost this second game, and it was like, man, this isn't fun. We're losing to a really bad team.
However,
We did win our third game at home against the Nationals, so we didn't get swept by the Nationals, which would have been pretty embarrassing for us.
Speaking of the cold, a player that we were worried about not wanting to sign for us because of the cold decided to sign with us. That we talked about last week. That happened over this last week. We signed with that player that we were talking about last week.
Did we?
Yeah,
The pitcher.
that pitcher. that you were- Lopez.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. We
But
extended him.
No, it wasn't. Oh, it wasn't last week. you corrected me to make sure that like they were still in talks with it, and it just happened. I'm just.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It just happened, so I just wanted to mention that it happened since we talked about it last week, right?
It was mostly happened, I believe.
He must have had a good time in the cold and been like, fine, I'll stick around.
It hadn't happened.
Here's the thing, though. He didn't, though. I think he had his worst start so far this year against the Nationals.
Just happened, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Never mind what I was.
Yeah, the National Series was a wash a bit. We need to try to just forget about that, move on. We have a 3-game homestand with the Yankees. We invited them over, and we shut them out. No, we didn't shut them out. We almost shut them out.
Scored in the 9th.
Yeah, they scored in the 9th finally, but Sonny Gray
that was today's game.
Pitched
right?
an excellent quality start, going like 7 innings.
Complete.
Yeah. 7 complete innings, shutout innings from Sonny Gray, which was amazing. Joey Gallo hit a home run against the Yankees. Awesome.
It was a big one, too. Wasn't it like 423 or something?
It was like
Pretty
900, probably. Yeah.
That ball's still flying.
Yeah. So you love to
Sonny
see
Gray has been really good. I mean, he's pitched 29 innings this year and only given up 2 runs all those innings, only 2 runs.
Wow.
it.
29 innings?
Mm-hmm.
The talk is, I think that, this is what I'm just making up as the talk, is people are on about Lopez being our ace and like showing, number 1 in our rotation material, being ace material. And Sonny Gray's like, I ain't done yet.
Yeah. It's like, I got more.
He's had quality starts every time.
That's great.
Yep.
Now, Sonny's one of the pitchers who calls his own games, right? Doesn't he have the pitch comm on him?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. So I think that's going to be more of the regular coming soon.
It makes sense with the pitch clock for the pitcher just to be like, I want to pitch this pitch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So then,
and also, you know what that means? If Sonny Gray pitched today, Joe Ryan pitches tomorrow.
Yeah. He's a good player as well.
Yeah, that's who we crush people with, is Joe Ryan. We have historically done all of our best run support behind Joe Ryan starts. So.
Oh, nice.
Do we have to worry about? No, I don't like this. I don't like the way I was going.
No, I'm looking for a good series win at home against the Yankees.
Sure.
If we don't play them again, then.
So we have some really good pitchers, and you know what they don't need is sticky tack to get their pitching going great. They just need to call their own pitches. They just do it. But like, remember last week when we talked about there was a pitcher that had we played against that pitcher, right?
Yeah. On Jackie Robinson Day, the pitcher who pitched today. No, it was a different pitcher. Never mind. It was a different pitcher. Different pitcher from the Yankees.
Domingo German.
Got to stay in the game, even though they said he had sticky stuff on him. Mm-hmm. And then just recently.
So since that was a big deal and Rocco got kicked out, they didn't, no other pitchers are doing that. Right?
Well, Scherzer just got thrown out of a game.
Who's Scherzer?
Even though
who's
Max Scherzer?
Yeah, you sure is about that?
I don't know who Max Scherzer is.
He's
Scherzer.
He's a pitcher for the New York Mets right now.
Okay.
He's a very, very big name pitcher. I think he's like one of the top strikeout leaders of the entire league. He's got 2,000 in his career, something like that.
Oh, so he's like one of the big names.
He's like a Jacob deGrom if his name was Max. Right,
but he
Basically,
had the similar thing that happened with the Yankees pitcher happened to him, except in the Yankees situation. I just want to clarify this first. The Yankees situation, the pitcher was told to do something and did not do it.
Yep.
Then proceeded to ignore it and get to play.
Yep.
Max Scherzer was playing, and that also wasn't the Yankees game was not very hot. It wasn't there weren't a lot of other things that would create reasonable things like this, the rosin and all that, it wouldn't have been as sticky as that stuff.
As they say, when it combines with sweat, it becomes
exactly, it becomes very
tackier.
sticky. So in the Scherzer game, it was very hot, very sunny, and he said he had the rosin sticking to his sweat. The umpires told him, wash your hands. He washed his hands in front of them. Then they told him to get a new glove the next inning. He got a new glove. And then after that inning, he came out and they said, your hand's too sticky still. You're out. And so that confused me because he did exactly what they said and he got thrown out, but the guy who ignored them got to play. So what's the standard here?
They need, I think they need a babysitter ump. They need to have an ump watching the pitcher at all times.
No, maybe. Because I also think,
that's a great idea.
Like Scherzer was going to put some sticky stuff on his hand after being checked 3 innings in a row. Like that doesn't seem like he'd do that.
Well,
and also the umpire crew is the only umpire crew who's ever thrown anyone out of a game for sticky stuff.
Oh, so is this going to be a thing about a robot? This sounds like a robot ump situation again.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, because it's weird that it's only this crew.
I say we go full ump show with it, and get another ump to hang out with the pitcher in between innings, and they have to hold hands with
I love it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's get a camera in there too and make it another
they
aspect
could wear
of MLB TV.
Behind the scenes,
behind the
umpire
scenes,
cam.
and there's a zoomed in camera on the pitcher's hand at all times, so we can watch it too.
Yeah. And the guy wear one of those powdered latex gloves and hold hands with the ump.
Yeah, maybe that's what they need. The pitchers need to wear a glove.
Oof.
Like a specific glove with a specific grip that the MLB all decides on, like what the grip exactly needs to be, and you can't alter the grip. And you take your glove off every time and give it to the ump, so you know that the glove's not being altered.
No, they gotta have the powder to make their hands super not sticky.
No, you can't do that. That's dangerous.
Why?
Because they wouldn't be able to control the ball. Like if their hand's too slippery, like with that powder that Kevin Garnett slaps around that talcum powder.
Yeah, the chalk.
Yeah, that would be dangerous. That's the opposite of what we want. Because they wouldn't be able to grip the ball, and then when they throw it, they would have no idea.
They gotta throw it softer. I mean,
so he got ejected though, huh?
Yeah, and then suspended, because if you get ejected,
and then
you get suspended
even, so you can't even play games now.
Yeah, he's gonna miss a bunch of starts, so it's not just a short suspension. It's a pretty big one.
I think they should go with the glove idea.
They should use all sorts of gloves.
If you want to use a fast, well, then that's kind of like
they have to get a glove for every different pitch that they want to play.
But wouldn't that be tipping the batters easy, or the batters would know what type of pitch he's going to be throwing?
And they have to use a specific glove for the kind of hit they're going to do.
Batters can't look. They have to honor system. They have to look at put their hand up and look at the ground and make sure they're not peeking.
Is that part of the engagement of?
Then another umpire has to check on him for that. No, I'm just.
Yeah, it sounds like they have some things to figure out. Maybe
at least consistency with the rule. At least that.
Maybe it is the ump crew, and maybe they have money on the game.
Everyone knows that it's just biased in favor of the Yankees.
Yeah,
could be that too.
That could be.
So no one's gonna up show the Yankees. The ump show loves it. Ump show don't up show. That's a saying I just made up. It's probably popular now.
Who's this Drew?
Oh, Drew Maggi?
Yeah, what happened with him?
This guy has played over 1,000 minor league games and is getting called up by the Pirates.
Wow. 1,000 minor league games?
Yeah.
How old is this dude?
He's 33, and he's not
19.
The Twins actually called him up last year when we had to go to Toronto and leave a few players behind.
Oh, because of the COVID protocols.
And it's, I don't know. It leaves this kind of thing leaves a bad taste in some Twins fans' mouths, minds. Our mouth minds? You right?
Why?
That's a saying I just made up. But because we had him called up, and we didn't even give him a plate appearance, a pinch hit, a pinch run, or nothing.
Oh, I see.
So
Would have been nice to do that.
Yeah, but now he's getting his chance. He's going to be
1,000.
playing with the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are doing pretty hot right now. I guess.
They're pretty good this year. They just had like 7-game win streak.
Dude,
Yeah,
at the same time, too, Drew now has that as a thing that he's played 1,000 games.
Yeah, he's
Right?
got a really long major league, or not major
minor
league, but
league.
professional baseball career.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Good
so
for him.
congratulations to Drew Maggi.
Yeah. Congratulations on the 420 belly stats.
420
Yes.
belly stats.
Belly was Bellinger was making it recreational around him the other day. He hit, what was it? He hit a home run for 420
On
feet.
420, he hit a home run.
On
That was
420.
420 feet.
Okay.
It was also his 4th home run and 20th hit on the season.
That's really cool.
Stacking the 420s there for the guy who looks like the most stoned player in baseball. What a surprise.
Yeah, that dude does look stoned all the time. But how can he do that? Did he do that on purpose, you think?
Yeah,
He's been waiting forever for this to happen.
He's like,
Four
I just
hits
need
at
to
20
play
bats.
on this day.
Making it
And
recreational.
then I'm gonna wear my gloves that let me do the hit that goes 420 feet.
Okay, and with that, we're going to ask another 420 or a question.
420 question.
We all know what that sound means, or what this jingle is. It's time for the
Buzz question of the week.
Currently,
Right now,
the Minnesota House of Representatives are voting on a bill to pass recreational marijuana or cannabis, I should say. You can't say marijuana.
That's the word they use, cannabis.
Cannabis in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. When we get done with the episode tonight, do you think the bill will have been passed? Yes or no? Sea.Dubbz.
Green.
JMez.
nay.
And that has been your...
Buzz question of the week.
Well, that was a good lineup of the words. Let's see here. We also got...
What else?
So...
Oh, the Otani thing.
The Otani thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This sounds.
Yeah, so Sea.Dubbz asked us earlier...
If we saw the Otani thing.
If we saw the Otani thing. And we said, no, this video...
I said, no, Sea.Dubbz, I didn't see the Otani thing.
And I said, JMez, you didn't? I haven't either.
And I said, oh, you didn't see the Otani thing?
Actually, I haven't at all. And then Sea.Dubbz was like, oh, well, I posted it. You guys are kind of assholes for not looking at the thing that I posted, but at the same
Totally assholes.
And I said,
Not
oh,
doing
you
that.
posted the
he didn't
Otani
really,
thing?
No, Sea.Dubbz didn't really say that.
I didn't see that you posted the Otani thing.
But I felt
for
that.
me
I
to
felt that
see.
way after I realized you caught us. You caught us, and not looking at the thing you posted.
The Otani thing, as you have been referring to, is such an unbelievable thing. I read about it twice, then had to see it immediately because I was like, this can't be what happened.
Okay, and this is going to be the
And I
second...
would actually tell you guys to maybe even mute your phones and look at the video while I'm explaining it.
Because this is going to be the second time that we hear about it. And it took you 2 times to read about it before you really wanted to see the video.
Whoa.
Right? So now you're going to tell us for our second time. And bring it with as much energy that you had when you were telling us for the FuzzJockers at home.
So in baseball, when you hit the ball to the first baseman, you're basically out almost automatically. Unless some crazy thing happens, you cannot the guys at first base, he just go right there to the base and get you out.
Yeah, so like
Ohtani
if like you're saying, if you hit the ball towards first base, the baseman will be there and catch the ball and tag the base, and you'll be out like pretty much instantly, right? Because
if he doesn't, the pitcher's running to first base. Also, there's two options to make sure the out happens.
Yeah, the baseman's right there. It's not like how many feet are from home plate to first base?
90 feet.
90 feet. Okay.
And the first baseman was probably about 15 feet away.
Okay. 15. Remember those numbers, right? We're going to do a little bit of fuzzy math here.
Smaller number than 90.
15 is smaller than 90. There's fuzzy math for you. Okay, go Sea.Dubbz. Sorry to interrupt.
So Ohtani hits the ball. The first baseman starts running to first base, and so does the pitcher, because they're like, okay, we're going to make this play. The first baseman realizes, oh, shit, I don't have time to throw it to the pitcher because he is getting outrun by Ohtani. The first baseman slides into first base, and Ohtani beats him to it. Ohtani runs 90 feet quicker than two guys who have to run shorter distances to the first base. He beats them both and gets safe.
How far?
At first.
How far away is the base? The pitcher mound to first base?
Isn't it? It's less than 90, isn't it? Or is it 90 also?
According to the Pythagorean theorem, A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Yep. That's correct.
The distance between the mound is equal distance to the first base, and this would be like an isosceles triangle, or probably so like 45 feet. No, that's incorrect, because then it's not
Squared.
90 feet between third and first. So it's whatever half of third to first base is.
Right.
Right.
But
So there you
it's
go.
less than 90.
How many feet are between the pitcher's mound and first base? Is it? Oh, here it is.
Check out these pictures.
Whoa, those are cool pictures.
Look at that picture.
Thanks for those pictures.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, how about that?
Look at that.
Yep, those are sure some pictures.
That's not good. Yeah. So either way, like that's a lot. So Ohtani
did it.
Hit the ball and ran faster than everyone else and got to first base and safe.
Are you sure he did not teleport?
60 feet. It's 60 feet between
That's
the.
what I said. 60 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many
But-
feet?
so-
90 feet from home plate.
Ohtani ran 90.
He ran faster than 60 feet and about, what, 15 feet, you said?
15, maybe 20 at the most.
Maybe 20.
Like the guy was
Let's say-
just off the bag.
Let's say for, like, shits and giggles, 30.
Let's say it's
Sure,
like
even 30.
3.
We'll say 30 feet.
30 feet off the
30,
first
60,
base.
90.
Let's say the first baseman
I don't believe that.
was 30
Look at
inches
right now. Look at it
from
while
the bag.
we talk.
Did you
And
post
Ohtani
it in a good area here?
hit
Is
the
it-
Here,
ball.
I'll like it so you know what thing it is.
And
It's
his
the-
molecules
just the link.
vaporized and immediately remolecularized at first base.
So with the laughing face. Nope, you've.
Keep talking.
This, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that Ohtani knows instant transmission.
Instant transmission?
Dude,
yeah. This
he
is instant
telegraphed,
transmission.
Or you're teleported. He teleported to it.
Instant
Yeah.
transmission? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
I like that. Is that what it's really called? I would like teleportation is instant transmission.
Yeah. That's according to
He was on the holodeck.
Was he playing against
some
the
anime
Dodgers?
lore.
No, he was playing against the Royals.
Well, I mean, there's
It's the video
your
that's on
answer.
Twitter. You'll see it on the link.
Oh, the Royals.
Yeah, I'm just things are loading. Like,
It always the websites are trash nowadays. Too much stuff.
oh,
Oh my.
he almost
ring
ran faster than my phone loading this. Here,
Dude,
ready?
see that's
Ready?
faster
Ready,
than
JMez?
internet.
FuzzJockers, you ready?
Okay, so Ohtani
Here we go.
basically, I'm gonna
time it?
cast this.
Are you timing it?
Yeah. So
3,
here's the pitch. Ohtani
1,
hits it, and
2,
he is
3,
running faster
4.
than internet. He literally is running faster.
That was faster than the
internet.
internet. Like, I would suggest looking it up so you can see it at home.
And the other players.
Is that not like even the first
Pretty
baseman
impressive.
realizes this guy's gonna beat me?
I mean, it looked like they basically gave up because they just see him and like seeing how fast he's running, like literally slowed them down.
Could be. I mean, Ohtani has got to be the best person who's
He
ever
was
played
bending
baseball.
time.
He's better than he's better. Babe Ruth wouldn't be able to run that fast, could he?
People always love to compare him to Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
He's done what people said Babe Ruth used to, like the thing that he gets compared to is that Babe Ruth pitched and hit.
Yep. And
He has already done that at a higher level and longer than Babe Ruth did throughout his entire career.
Yeah,
Ohtani's
he's
already
already
beat that.
been like 19 Babe Ruths.
Boom.
So,
Yeah,
like,
he is better than Babe Ruth. He's
So-
better than anyone who's ever done baseball, in my opinion.
So currently we're in
At this point.
we're in history making.
yeah,
Watch
like,
Yes,
everything-
we're watching history happen.
Watch
they
everything
need
that
to
Ohtani
literally retire his number
now.
after
Already.
every game and give the man a new uniform and a new number every game and retire it, and then maybe you will come close to showing a bit of how great he is.
Yeah.
After 19 seasons of retiring 162 jerseys.
Huh.
If
We'll start having
that's-
multiple. We'll have to have decimal numbers.
That good.
Yeah, he's
that good.
He's so good. So good.
So did I hear right that they were thinking about since games are going a lot faster
Yeah.
that with the new rules that they're thinking about adding new teams?
What? Oh.
Is that
There's-
correct? They're having it like there's talk about having an expansion. How many teams are
mean-
there right now?
30.
And
There's 30 teams.
okay, and how many of those teams are California teams?
To 27.
Like 5,
Okay, so 20.
maybe. Wait.
So
Yeah.
there's 26
Yeah, anyway.
teams. No.
But to some, California is a state of mind.
Okay, so 30. Okay, so there's 30 teams, and there is that right? Is that what this note's about? Expansion teams?
Yes.
They're talking
And
about expanding the league.
I mean, they've been thinking for a long time that they will eventually expand to 32. They'll make 2 more teams wherever they'll be.
Probably
And if they
California.
do, that'll be how many teams there are in the NFL.
Oh yeah,
So
that's kind of neat.
people, yeah. But then people have brought up the idea of what about, since the rules are all the same now, you get rid of the American and National League, and you make 2 leagues, East and West, or even 4 leagues, East, West, North, South, and
You
break
mean-
up the teams by location.
Do you mean?
Is that how it's kind of more divided in NFL?
No.
No, it's more like basketball is kind of like that. but-
No. Hold on.
Nothing
I
is
know.
like that.
I know that we're not a dictionary podcast, but I think we need to get some terms under control here.
Okay.
Wrangle them in, right? League. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I think in professional sports, MLB is the only group of a sport that has 2 leagues.
That's true. I'm using the incorrect
Everything
terms.
else has different conferences, like there's
divisions.
or divisions. Like the NFL or NHL has, or NFL has a couple NFC conference. All right, that's the national. What is it called? The National Federation Conference.
NFC is what is the NFC? I don't know. NFC and AFC.
NFC
American and National Football Conference. American Football Conference and National Football Conference.
Federation.
Because they're based off the AFL and the NFL when they combine.
Yes. So that's what happened, is that there were 2 leagues, and then they combined, and then they became, those 2 leagues had the exact same rules once they combined. So then they turned it into conferences. And that's what we'll be doing with the MLB now that they have all the same. They actually used to be two leagues because the rules were different.
Yep.
But now
Made
that the
sense.
rules are exactly the same in both the quote unquote leagues,
Can't call them leagues anymore.
aren't they just inherently conferences?
Yes.
So
I would say that's true, yes.
So they need to change the term just inherently.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be calling them the American League and the National League anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't count anymore.
Doesn't mean the same thing. I totally agree.
So then do all the games and stats that are happening right now, is it like the play-ins where they don't count because these terms don't actually exist?
It's all
but they're calling them
gonna
How they
get
work that.
started over, I believe. Right?
Yeah, I'm sure they do, but I'm just curious how you manage that. Like, in what aspect of, because if you say they change it to, well, I guess they probably just do two conferences with multiple divisions like they do in football, but still, like then it'd be a little different, but they'd make it crossover.
It would have to be structured more like the NBA and NFL do their things.
Yeah.
Because the NBA does that too. That they
just have the East and West.
is that how they do that now? They used to
Yeah, it's
have
just-
different sections, but now it's just East and West conferences.
Just the East and West.
Let's just do that.
But then they
in
also
baseball.
have
East and West.
They break it down too a little bit more than just East to West. Like the Timberwolves are in a 4-team conference.
Are they still?
Or is it just East and West, and they don't
think
break
it's
it down
just East
more
and
than
West.
that? Either way, I don't think it should be a problem for them to change the names. There shouldn't be a debate at all, like the recreational thing that's happening in Minnesota.
Oh, they do. They still do have them. Wow, I never see anyone use these terms. Central, Atlantic. Interesting. I never hear anyone use these terms anymore in NBA though. Southeast, Northwest,
Are those conferences?
Pacific,
Are those,
and Southwest.
are those conferences or the
They're
regions?
divisions.
Okay, so they have the East and West Conference, and then they have multiple divisions in.
Yep.
Okay.
Weird. I have not heard someone use these terms in a long time. And
They should just
Look at me.
resort all the divisions.
Look at you.
I think.
Dictionary over here.
Yeah.
What's that?
I would like to see him just resort all the divisions.
I'm
Redo it
all
all.
for them changing it up and just making it geographical, and then having the sides of the countries fight each other instead of just.
That's really that would be very interesting with baseball specifically because of the weather changes in the different regions like that.
Exactly.
And
You
they
have different types of baseball being played based off the different types of weather.
on the radio earlier today, I heard them having a debate about maybe this is something that we could put a pin in it. But they were having a debate about if they should cancel games due to cold weather or because they cancel games during specific temperature.
They do it for other weather related delays.
Yeah,
and things.
But I think we should. This is a
put a pin in it.
Big conversation to have. Like,
I mean, considering how we've had some super cold weather in late April, it's not been fun.
No, it's not.
It's not been fun
It's not.
baseball here to some degree.
So if they
to some degrees,
if they
I hate it.
set up the conferences into divisions where it's based off of regions, and there's that really cold hampering happening, should they start? I think we should put a pin in it because we are getting pretty late.
I need to
Let's
think a lot of
put
aspects.
a pin
of
in
this.
it. Pin it up to the board. Putting a pin in the topic, and then we're gonna wait until we actually talk to you. That's a good one. There we go. A pin in it. Put a pin in it. Move on to NHL now.
Okay.
What is slashing?
Slashing is like that,
Wild are also in the playoffs, and they are currently tied. Who are they playing again?
The Dallas Stars, who used to be the Minnesota North Stars.
Oh yeah, 2-2.
Yep, tied up. It's been an exciting series so far, considering it's gone back and forth each game.
Yeah.
Wild of one, Stars of one, Wild of one, Stars of one.
Yeah, and the first game. Did all these games happen during the week break?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So all those games, yeah, they have been just fun to watch. The first game went into overtime.
Did we talk about that first
Double
game?
overtime.
Double overtime. I don't think we did. No, because they all happened in
I think it happened during our show.
Oh, yeah.
I think the first game was during the show.
And then
so
we
we
were
can
still
talk about
watching it after the show.
Do you think
That's
that
right.
do you
that
think
was
that
a
the
slog.
recreational bill will keep on going after the show, just like the
It
wild
could.
game happened after the show? How long
It'll
do they
go into two double overtime.
How long do they go for those things?
Which thing?
Like the bill, like the recreational.
They can go
They go
as
for
long as
days.
there's discussion.
Oh boy.
Days.
It
I
could
like
go
the
forever.
time.
Oh,
Months.
okay. Well,
Just like NHL hockey.
so make sure to
Overtime.
tune into the Wild series. How many games
Best
is
of
that
7.
series? Best of 7 as well. 2-2. They're looking a little bit better than the Wolves, but we'll see.
I'm pretty sure that that double overtime game set a record, either a franchise record for like longest game or longest playoff game.
I'd like to see that. That's awesome.
There's something about that. It was an
Setting records over here.
extremely
Yeah,
long game.
it could have been how many, because with stoppage time and all that, because I know they've gone double overtime before, but yeah, it could have been with stoppage time and length of the second period. Could be a
Yeah.
franchise record.
Well, and our goalie had something like 52 saves.
Jeez.
Yeah,
It's like
just
top 3
ridiculous.
saves
of all time, top 3 all time for NHL playoff debut.
Great.
Yeah.
Because one guy had 70 something, and someone had like just a few more than him, and then he was the third.
Do I feel like whatever commentary I was listening to on that was also, reminding me of like listening to the Wolves being talked about on the national scale. Just whoever was talking and commentating the game, broadcasting it, wanted to really talk good about the Stars and not want to talk good about the Wild.
It seems that that's kind of a reoccurring thing with Minnesota sports being in the playoffs.
Do they not like us?
No.
No, don't like us.
It's not just not just the TNT announcers. It's like everyone.
I can't remember which sport it was, if it was the hockey game or the basketball game, but they did like a Minnesota sports woes and how bad it's been for us. And so like they were like, the last championship was in 91. And then they listed off all the latest, like farthest the teams have gone in playoffs and all this. And they incorrectly listed the last time we went to the NFC championship game.
For real?
Yeah, they said it was 98. While that's true, we did go in 98.
Yeah.
We just went a few years ago when we almost went to the Super Bowl at our own stadium.
Yeah. They forgot about that.
We actually did go to an NFC championship game just like 5 years ago.
Well, whatever. We're gonna break all these.
They got that wrong.
narratives.
So they don't even care enough to do the research on us. They just say whatever they want.
This is the year we're breaking all the records.
We're gonna do it all.
Breaking all the records. Minnesota's gonna win everything forever.
Oh, we have some fans.
Oh, we're creating a dynasty.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
We're creating a dynasty.
We have FuzzJockers out in Seattle, and so we like to follow the Kraken, who are in the playoffs for the first time ever against the
in their second season
against the hated Avas.
They're not that
And
hated.
how have those games been going?
Raffy
So the
likes
Lynch
them.
are leading 2-1, 2-1, but they're playing currently. We cannot talk about the game, so that's just what's happening. They're playing right now. They have a chance to tie it up if they win. Breb went to the last game.
Oh, really?
Against the Avs in Seattle, and he said he had a great time, even though the Lynch got away with the win at the end of it. There.
So what's the
playoff hockey's great.
Yeah.
What's the record right now?
Avs 2, Kraken 1.
Okay, and they're playing a game right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're.
I wonder if Breb's there again.
I hope he would.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe he never left.
Maybe they're making a recording for us
the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the last one of the seasons they made a recording for us?
Yes.
While they were at the game, that was fun.
And now we're going to play.
Are you ready for some football?
Oh, sorry.
Thought we had live footage.
No, we don't. Football. We got some football news. The draft is happening on Thursday, and the Vikings are number 23 in the draft, which is that high or low, C.Dubbz?
That's very low in the draft.
That seems really low.
So that's like one of the last picks? Is that what you're saying?
9 from the bottom.
Yeah. If number 1 is the first, it seems like that's...
Who's number 1?
Quite a bit after.
I think he got traded. I think Carolina is number 1 now. They traded for it or something. I don't know. I can't remember.
I think the Vikings actually traded for the 23rd pick, right?
So that's not that fun to know.
Oh yeah, because the Bears had it. So yeah, they traded it to the Carolina Panthers.
I got some breaking news for you guys.
What's the breaking news?
Breaking news: Aaron Rodgers, that is, from the Green Bay Packers, signed with the Jets.
Whoa, he's been traded. Finally official.
It happened. It actually happened. You know what that reminds me of?
Wait a second.
He's a big asshole, just to put it out there. It reminds me of a big asshole.
Gross.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The goatsy?
This is biology.
A what?
This is a biology podcast.
What's goatsy?
Never mind. If you don't know what it is, I'm not going to tell you to look it up. Do not look that up if you are curious at all, people.
Don't email us what that is.
This is an old school internet thing. Forget it. Shouldn't have said it.
Hold on. Nope.
Okay, so this big asshole went from Green Bay to the Jets, and then came to the Vikings and played pretty well for the Vikings. Oh boy, is that happening again? That's my question.
I hope not.
It's not a fuzz question.
No one wants that to happen, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want Rodgers.
He seems like a big asshole too. We broke that news about Favre, right?
We talked about it in depth.
Yeah, we don't care for him.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know and you're listening this late into the episode, Brett Favre's a piece of shit. He stole a lot of money from a bunch of poor people. And if you want to know more about it, you can listen to
just ask him. He'll tell you.
Episodes prior, or search it.
He'll do it again.
Yeah, he probably will. He acts like it was not his fault.
Yeah.
But Rodgers...
I've heard people refer to this Rodgers trade as maybe Herschel Walker too, but I don't think that's going to be true. Because some people don't think Rodgers will play the whole season or even play next year for the Jets.
What does that mean, Herschel Walker too?
So Herschel Walker was a player that the Vikings traded for in the early 90s and gave a whole bunch of picks, a boatload of first-round picks for many years to the Dallas Cowboys. And they used all those picks to create the team that won the Super Bowl numerous times in the 90s.
Oh, my gosh.
And so...
Oh, my gosh. I'm just thinking about this. We're in a quarterback situation right now, aren't we, as the Vikings?
No, we are.
What is our quarterback situation? We're courting.
We're doing one more year with Kirk, and then we're going to let him go.
Officially?
Oh, no.
No.
And then if he doesn't play for the Jets next year, that means, oh no, it's going to happen, isn't it?
Is that where you're going with it?
Going to go?
No, I didn't mean that at all. You're the one who just made me realize that's what might happen.
Kirk likes to be on Jets.
But you brought up the Herschel Walker situation.
Well, that's just because that's what everyone's comparing the trade to, because the Jets gave up a lot to the Green Bay Packers for this, but there's conditions that if the Jets get things back if Rodgers plays next year, and some people don't think the Jets are going to get that stuff back.
I bet Rodgers loves the stadium. He loves the Viking Stadium. I'm sure.
Oh no!
He saw the great facilities.
No,
He's like,
it's not going to happen. No one knows.
Okay, well, make sure to put a pin in this one.
Put a pin in it.
Let's put a pin in it. Because
pinning it to the board.
We might be right.
Topic, and then we're gonna wait until we actually talk.
We should get the sound bite for it. A pin in it. Put a pin in it. Okay.
I'll do it.
Open wide for some soccer.
Do we have any soccer news?
I actually do have a little bit of something. I don't remember the team's name, but Ryan Reynolds bought a soccer team in England or in Europe.
Another one?
Well, no, he turned around this team that he bought from being historically awful to they just won a game that gets them elevated into the Premier League. They are now an actual competing, legitimate team as opposed to what they were when he bought them.
Oh, good for him.
So that's, I mean, hey, that's pretty cool. That's like
that's newsworthy.
neat.
That is newsworthy.
Good job.
The guy that the co-founder or the guy that owned Cricket that sold it to T-Mobile, has a football team that used to be in the dredges.
Yes.
And got him to the premieres.
Turned it around.
Yeah. They're loving the new movie
dredges
scripts
to premieres.
He probably just dresses up like Deadpool and runs around all the time. They love it.
Probably. I'm sure he does. Is that why I saw AI creating a bunch of Deadpool dancing around and
Yes, that was for soccer.
For soccer. Okay.
Yeah, that was in reference to that, I bet.
Interesting. That's good. Well, good. I like that one.
You guys ready to go to other sports?
I would love to. Ping pong, for sure.
Is pickleball skiing?
What is the highest level of car racing called?
Curling.
Other sports? Acro yoga?
Agro yoga?
Acro, like acrobatic.
It is a fusion of tennis, ping pong, and badminton.
What sport starts with a tip-off?
Basketball.
Nope, incorrect. Other sports.
It's a very social game.
Fight each other to the death.
Like NFTs or something.
You have to hit the ball.
Other sports topics.
So are there multiple major leagues?
I went to a soccer game in Dallas, in Paris, in California, in England.
Go up to a soccer game and be in the supporter section.
Teach them how to play pickleball.
Why not?
Free lessons when I come up.
How many clubs can a golfer have in their bag?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Might as well tune out now because I don't have another sports button yet. Other sports. Do we have any other sports topics?
I know that the tennis channel is going to start airing pickleball.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Wow.
The tennis channel.
Did you know that?
No.
I mean, it's not
tennis.
It's not
There's
tennis.
a tennis channel?
Yeah, I didn't know that there was a tennis channel. What
Oh
else?
yeah, there's a tennis channel.
What else do they play on the tennis channel other than tennis if they're going to add pickleball? Because pickleball is not tennis. And I would think that the tennis viewers of the tennis channel would be kind of pissed off if they're going to have another sport on their preferred TV channel to watch.
I mean, how long did it take him to get a tennis channel? And now it comes to this?
Yeah, right?
They've had a tennis channel for actually quite some time.
Are they gonna put golf on it next? Golf is gonna be on the tennis channel
already
next.
too.
Do they have badminton on there? They better put badminton on there if they're gonna have pickleball. Because what about the badminton players? They're just gonna get the shaft if they get.
You know what I want? I bet this is
the pickleball.
You know what I bet this is
what?
This is just like those streaming services just combining each other. They're like, there's two streaming services that have nothing to do with each other. They're one thing now.
Another merger, huh? Is that what you're
another
saying?
merger of sports.
It's like,
so here's what we're gonna do: is we're gonna combine tennis and pickleball, and then start incorporating badminton into it.
And then bowling.
I was gonna say wall ball. What about wall ball?
Wall ball. That's actually a really good one. They should do that.
Yeah, and just bringing the wall down.
Anything
at random times.
Anything with someone whacking their arm with a flat
and
stick.
There's some type of ball involved.
Or ball involved. That should be the whole channel.
Ping pong. They should just put ping pong on the tennis channel if they're gonna do it, because they call that table tennis. Like that's more tennis than fucking pickleball.
I think
all of these ideas we're having
in an order, so like you have to be able to do like parts of each one in succession after another.
I mean, it's all about inclusivity, isn't it, Sea.Dubbz? If you're going to include one sport,
you just want to include all.
No, it's about the singularity of just having them all together.
just build them all.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, we did it.
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah.
Fuzzy memory trivia is when I ask the Hess a question and then they answer the question with a correct answer. And we go for points for this because it's a trivia-based situation, right? I'm going to tonight. We're going to use AI to come up with the questions. AI, please.
Interesting.
Give me 15. No, 16.
17.
Sports. 17? 17 questions, guys?
21.
21 questions? Okay, 21 sports-related trivia questions.
I'll show them.
With answers. Right?
Yeah, what if it psychs you out with incorrect answers?
Well, we'll see. You guys will know them.
Okay.
Okay, the first question. What country has won the most FIFA World Cup titles in soccer?
Brazil.
Correct.
Brazil.
So Sea.Dubbz got Brazil, right? JMez, how many?
4.
Incorrect. Sea.Dubbz for the steal.
6.
5. You got 1 point there, Sea.Dubbz, and also, by the way, it is 1-1.
Oh,
it is 1-1, so it's 2-1 now. Sea.Dubbz. Which country has hosted the most Olympic Games?
Japan.
Incorrect. JMez for the steal?
U.S.
Yes, correct.
Wow.
1 point. Sea.Dubbz for the extra point. How many?
3.
Incorrect. JMez?
6.
Incorrect. 4 summer and 4 winter. Okay. Who is the all-time leading scorer in the NBA?
LeBron James.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
You are correct. Sea.Dubbz. It was
who?
It was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but LeBron surpassed him this season.
Really?
Yep.
Whoa.
Who holds the record for the most goals scored in a single NHL season?
Wayne Gretzky.
JMez. So what's the score right now? 2-2?
Yep. No, 3-3.
3-3. Is that including last week's points?
Yes, that's including last week's.
Which country has won the most Rugby World Cup titles?
Australia.
England.
New Zealand. Who holds the record for the fastest women's 100-meter sprint?
Someone fast.
Megan.
Florence Griffiths Joyner, and that was...
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory.
And that was Fuzzy Memory Trivia, and we're currently tied 3-3. You guys are doing pretty well this season. Not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings us to the end of the episode, which it showed up pretty quickly there. That episode went pretty fast.
I loved it. The episode was really fun.
Do you think you have bias because you're one of the hests?
Probably.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I think horses are majestic creatures, right?
Yeah. Are you okay? Is there more that you wanted to say with that?
No, that I believe that is what makes that's part of a charm to. I liked learning that fact.
About
hest?
Oh, that
is language. Yeah, I thought
that
was
we
just
are
really
kind of
charm.
like
Yeah.
we could be kind of like a horse if we wanted to be. Do you want to be a horse?
I could be a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I run around.
You know, I would say if I had the right equipment and the right time, I would like to have a horse. I don't know if I would like to be a horse, but I'd like to have a horse. It'd be kind of cool to like ride around on horseback to get to like Mokel's to get some food.
Yeah.
Right?
If you had a horse to be like your buddy.
Yeah. You know? Not a pet, but a companion.
Yeah.
Maybe, right?
Yeah,
I'd like that.
Look around, communicate with it.
Or wait, no.
I like
no,
it.
sir, I don't like that. That's what the horse would say.
Oh, like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
like the one
I
that talks
get it.
like Mr. Ed. Do you guys remember that
Different
show?
one.
Am I aging
was
myself
similar.
again?
There's a lot of talking horses out there.
Am I aging
Have you guys ever seen Mr. Ed playing at Dodger Stadium?
No. How do you
There
do?
is a clip of Mr. Ed hitting a ball off of Sandy Koufax at Dodger Stadium. You should look it up sometime and enjoy it. It is pretty fucking great. I've shown it to a million people.
There
It's
ain't no
fantastic.
rule against having a horse play baseball.
Those Hollywood types, I tell you what, you guys are something else.
This is so classic.
What
should we do now?
I think that's the end of the episode. I think that's when we need to say, hey, what, you got any big plans for this next week? You can make them. You can make it up if you want. You don't need to tell us exactly what you're gonna do. You are.
I'm just trying to look forward to some warmer weather here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I feel like summer vacation's like a month away and we're still getting snow. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
It's not May yet. We gotta wait till May 5th.
Why?
Or May 15th
Why?
or something like that. Like
why?
Because it's Minnesota. That's what we deal with every year. People shouldn't be so surprised. It's okay, JMez. We're almost there. We're almost there. I promise you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
What if we never do? Sea.Dubbz.
Now I feel bad saying this. I'm going to the beach tomorrow. And me and Lily have rented an Airbnb, and we're going to hang out at the beach.
It's going to be cold. It's not May yet.
Beach.
Do you know that there's still winter? It might
it's not
snow.
here.
Oh. You go there. You go there.
I'm going to
that beach. You go there. With
Fuzz, what are you going to do?
And no, but you gotta
listen to this JMez
you gotta
a little bit
just
here.
like encapsulate that beach and your beingness at that beach so much, and request that Lily does as well, for those of us.
You gonna quick transport it over to us?
Yeah, that can't
We'll
instant
send it out to
transmission
you
like
from our hearts.
Otani.
What was that called? A transmission?
A transmission instantly.
Instant transmission. Instant transmission that sun energy over to us.
No, just be at the sun energy at the beach.
Yep.
An extra be at it is what I'm saying. Like, you be there so much for us and yourself and for everyone.
You should do that.
I will.
What are you gonna do, Fuzz?
What am I gonna do? Oh, I'm glad you guys are wondering.
I'm wondering.
Are you?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
What do I want to do? I was gonna say that I'm not gonna worry about the weather. If it's nice, it's gonna be great. If it's not, it's gonna be great. I'm just gonna be doing my thing, and I suggest you guys have a good time too. I'll see you in the future.
Welcome to FuzzJock Radio.
Like I said, I just want to do whatever it takes to win. It never was about stats, it's always about winning. I hope that the fans and everyone see that. I'm willing to sacrifice whatever it takes to win.
Oh, man, I just want to give all the credit to Nikhil. He played very, very well tonight, and, he was the MVP tonight.
Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to support, head on over to our shop, fuzztalkshop.com. That's FuzzTalkshop.com. Buy yourself a hoodie or t-shirt. We even have mugs and stickers. From all of us over at FuzzTalk Radio, we appreciate your support.